It's not just radio, it's Rockland World Radio. RocklandWorldRadio.com.
Welcome to the Anatoly D Experience, heard on Rockland World Radio every Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to check out the archives for past programs and join us in the chat room by clicking on the chat room button on the left-hand side of our menu bar. Now the host of Anatoly D, Anatoly D.
It's the Christmas in February chimes that we've got here from, like, I don't know what. All I can say is to you friends, I am so glad that I don't have to sit in a drugstore in like Walgreens waiting for a prescription of Viagra or something like Cialis. Not that I ever use it, but you never know. You've got to keep on hand and having to listen to Burl Live saying Holly Jolly Christmas. I'm going to open vein. But anyway, folks, good evening and welcome to another episode of the soon-to-be famous Anatoly D Show. A show that says, listen, this is where we're at and this is where we're going. Not that we actually know where we're going. So, tonight we're going to be asking many important questions, which is like, why isn't Pez as popular as it used to be? And what possible heads can we put on Pez dispensers? The line will be open for your input. We're not going to put your head on it, no.
One time, come on.
No, it's the licensing fees.
I saw you had Stormtroopers and Darth Vader.
No.
Pez heads.
Well, we have Wizard of Oz commemorative Pez dispenser.
Right. Where's my commemorative pet?
Well, I think you've got to be dead to be able to.
Oh, really?
Well, Elvis, you've got Elvis Pez dispenser head.
They did?
Elvis, you've got Darth Vader, you've got Tweety Bird, dispenser head for Pez, and Elvis Presley. All dead, except for the Tweety Bird that's never alive.
No, there's Sylvester. He's too clumsy. I never saw him get the bird.
He never got the bird
because
he never had positive mental attitude to get.
Right, he's like the Wile E. Coyote of...
Well, there was one point
cats.
where the Roadrunner got captured by Wile E. Coyote. It was a very dark part of American cartoon history. They said, like one beep beep too many. So I'll give you a beep beep.
Oh, right.
you want the beep beep? Fine, I'll give you a beep beep.
Oh, I didn't catch that one.
But they've never seen Sylvester get Tweety Bird. Not once. As by now you're saying, my God, this is one hell of a regressive show. But, you've got to go with what you have. So we're going to be also talking about why candy is shrinking. And is it better to buy stock in cardboard company that supports package of candy, which is getting smaller and smaller every year? You've been noticing that you get the Mars, Almond Joy.
Mars is more like Pluto now. It's kind of shrunk.
It shrunk.
Yeah.
That's right.
Almost non-existent.
There's also a major asteroid coming in that's going to be the size of cruise ship that may hit the Earth.
The size of Khrushchev?
No, Khrushchev. Oh my God, you're bringing. Oh my God, Khrushchev. Oh, such a great leader.
We need to make a Pez dispenser.
Yes, you need to have Khrushchev.
Yes.
Pez dispenser. I'm so. Oh my
Very
God.
sorry, Anatoly.
You had to bring up
no
emotional point. Oh my God. And Stalin. Oh, they never understood Stalin. Stalin could make an apple strudel that knock you out. He never got the regard for that. Never.
Never.
He was able to make an apple pandowdy like that. And he was a great painter, Stalin. He can do 8 rooms, day and a half.
Oh.
My God. Many Soviet leaders, they don't understand. Like Putin, he gets into bird costume and he flies around with egrets and seagulls. And he's a Soviet leader flying around this bird.
He's like Wile E. Coyote.
Well, not exactly.
Yeah,
Sort of a misplaced reference.
Sorry.
Have you been boning up on your book of comedy associations?
Yes. Trying to catch the various birds. They're out. There were hummingbirds were out for this past month.
They're frozen hummingbirds.
Frozen hummingbirds.
It's like 6 degrees. This is my friend Jesse. He's going to be able to, in a little while, play a very authentic Russian song, Talk to Me, by my grandfather before he went completely insane. No, this is not it. It's not it. It's no.
Warming up,
No.
sorry.
No. So have you been looking at the new diesel gene commercials?
No.
You know, stupid is, I'm not making reference to you, but they've got the new campaign. Have you seen this stupid, like stupid has great stories. Smart has no stories.
Right.
Stupid has no problem with standing in traffic, wearing bikini.
Who does that?
See, his Jewish is coming out, I could see. Did you have your bar mitzvah yet?
I did.
Okay, welcome Sarah. Good to see you. My friend Sarah. Say hello. Good to see you here.
Hello, Sarah.
Yes, Sarah.
Sarah's good. We were just talking about Pez dispensers and like what possible heads we can put on. You know, we don't know. It's like maybe a Barack. You think Barack, Pez dispenser, or Hillary? We can have that, or maybe we can put in Nelson Mandela as Pez dispenser. I mean, is there a market for these things? Anyway, that's okay. So now I'm going to play a tune. Wait, this guitar is like. This is a very interesting show because lots of people have been saying, Anatoly D, you do not have special ed children on your show. Well, tonight we're going to rectify that. Not only we have special ed children in personal form of child, not it's
Child,
singular or not plural.
Kids. We call them
Kids,
Yeah.
that's the word, kids.
That's
We're going to actually have a tap dance break by special ed child. It's going to be called the special ed tap dance break tonight. First time seen ever on soon to be famous Anatoly D show. I'm trying to emotionally recover from what he was telling me about Khrushchev. Because you see, remember when Khrushchev was banging shoe on lectern?
Oh, how could you forget?
He thought that wasn't it. He was just bought that shoe yesterday at Florsheim. He was trying to break it
Florsheim
in.
is
It
low
was
quality.
chafing into a back of feet.
Needed a Bostonian.
He needed to loosen up. That's all it was. But people didn't understand him. They thought he was making political statements of geopolitical proportions. But it's not that way. It was
No?
just the shoe is chafing, so he had to put it on lectern to.
It was his right shoe? Is that,
His
is
right
that
shoe.
Oh. Not the left shoe.
No,
right?
not
It was-
left.
it was,
Not, no.
Too far.
Yeah, too far away.
Right.
Too far away. Okay. The great thing about the guitar is that if you don't know where you are, you just start with C chord. It's the chord with vision. That's a brilliant line.
I see.
With vision. Oh my God, I don't know how I come up with this. And you move it over here, there's D, over here there's E, F, E, F flat. But there's no F flat. There's only F and E. My God, my epilepsy is kicking in. Oh, good, we got that off. So now we're going to play a tune that was taught to me by my grandfather right before some of these agents of Stalin were breaking into his bathroom while he was looking at issue of 1978 Soviet Farm Worker magazine. Do you remember the name of the tune that we're going to play?
Ain't no the freight.
Freight.
train.
That's a freight.
I ain't afraid of no
Freight
train.
through Gulag. I
Right.
think that's the American
Exactly.
translation.
Right.
Freight through Gulag. Or I
I
gladly
can't read the
pay.
backwards R's.
The other interpretation from local regional perspective is I gladly pay you Tuesday for some slot for you today.
Yes, we will be playing. I will
Not
gladly
that I
play
ever
you-
use it anymore. No more. Okay. I don't drink anymore. You know why?
Why?
I get drunk.
You drink tomorrow.
Okay. I'm trying to get into the mood. Keep going. By now, folks, you can see the Russian influence of this music. We don't mess around here. Take it. Now it's time for the special ed tap dance break. Look at him go! My God, the man is like a regular Fred Astaire. My God, it's amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. He's going to be available for bar mitzvahs and christenings very soon. He's just going to get the right and left foot together. So never anyone say that we don't allow special ed children on soon-to-be famous Anatoly, the show. It's very good. It's great.
Thank you for having me, sir.
That's no problem.
Thank you so much.
It's okay. Just take it easy there. Don't get too excited. It's
Okay.
highly professional broadcast. So let me ask you, why do you think that... yes, you, Jess, yes.
Right.
Why do you think is it that Pez is not as popular as it used to be? I don't see any kids like using Pez dispensers.
I think the transfer from analog Pez to digital, it didn't quite. They're having some trouble with the iPad app.
So you see, so there's a Pez app for iPad now.
Yeah, right. Just like people, it doesn't really, because it's such a stationary device, that iPad. It's portable, but it doesn't really. People don't know where the Pez can.
I think that might be my wife on the phone. She finally tracked me down for alimony payments, which I'm a little behind on. Hello, welcome to the famous, or soon-to-be famous, Anatoly D. Show. We're having a conversation about Pez. Who is on the line?
Who is online? Marushka. You know Marushka?
Oh my God, it's my... Oh my God, it's my older sister, Marushka.
No, older what? This is wifey Marushka. You remember her? You tell me today before I go studio, make with the guitar. You're going to buy me 5 pounds of potatoes to make kapusta soup? Did you buy it? Yes or no?
You know, I was going to pick up a couple of spuds.
You don't pick up nothing. I see you nice on web. Oh, my handsome husband, I love you. Who are you? Your red shirt so nice. Who? Who?
Let me tell you. Listen, I was trying to have show tonight with Zabo the Jewish clown, but he had to be.
I don't give 1 ruble for the Jewish clown. I ask you to buy potatoes. This too much to ask. You know, I want to.
I'm under a lot of pressure here. I'm trying to resurrect career
That's
from.
what the men. Let me tell you, men and women have their relationship. I want to say something else about men. I watched that game this weekend. You forced me to watch. What that game? The men rolling around with the tight pants. The footsie ball? What's the footsie ball?
No,
Big super
it's not.
footsie
No,
ball?
you're not saying right in English language.
Listen to me. That game with the man running with the ball. Footsie ball, no?
It's called soccer. The other game
No,
is called
soccer,
baseball.
No,
I mean
no,
football.
No. The big one with the big halftime footsie ball.
You're
Super
talking
Bowl,
about the Super Bowl with blackout.
Footsie ball,
They
that's
almost
right.
had blackout. They had blackout during Beyonce.
Blackout, that's right. They can't see their ass from the elbow. And I want to say something to the men. The world is going down the toilet, no? And these men.
This
put
is
on
why
their
the divorce
tight
rate is
pants.
so high in Soviet Union.
But tell me if I'm right. World going down toilet, no? They put tight pants. They play ball. What the hell are they doing?
Well,
Get
what-
up and do something for the world. Go buy your wife 5 pounds of potatoes. Maybe
Wait
they
a
have-
second. You're saying that the football players have got way too tights on? There's no genital specificity.
Exactly.
They
I
have
don't need
protectors on
football.
crotches. Nothing's clearly defined. They're trying to be
That-
able
now
to.
you got it.
They're
Tony, now
bringing
you
back
got it.
old. Wait a second, from Roman gladiator 2,005 years ago to be able to go into ring and emerge victorious against lion or at least social worker.
I don't care 1 ruble. This is many years ago. We have changed since then. I
No,
don't
it's not
understand.
changed. The mandate. Look, if you don't have football, what do you have? You go to Office Park, you go onto Highway, you go to Dunkin' Donuts, you come home, you see wife. You've got to have some. Where is life without football and Beyonce?
That footsie ball is for the losers. They don't know. They don't do nothing for the world. They're like the little babies. That's that other game. They run around the square. They run. They sing, "Oh, Star Spangled Banner," bullshit. They run with the stick.
Oh.
They hit the ball
Watch
with
the
the
language,
stick. What
please.
This
that?
is family
The world is
show.
going
You
down
can't
the
use
toilet.
profanity words like that.
I am sorry. I should speak Russian. Listen, I don't want to disturb you from you. I like the way you play your guitar. That's why I marry you, because you play the guitar like you play my heartstring. But don't ever leave house without bring Marushka 5 pounds potatoes, because tonight, I'm telling you, you're gonna be eating that thing you say pez. You're gonna have pez soup, no potato.
Well, what if I bring?
All right?
What if I bring back a couple of sort of like instant potato mix because they ran out of potatoes at the market. I came too
you
late.
now you tell what you think Marushka born yesterday? You went to store?
If you were born yesterday, it's just one hell of a childhood you got over in one day.
Oh, now you insult Marushka. I eat a little bit too much, and now you're going to pick on Marushka's big behind? I don't think that's fair, Toli. Toli, you better apologize in the ad, and when I
I'm
hang this
okay.
phone
I'm
up-
sorry. I went too far. It was some of
You
my.
went too far because Marushka is a good-looking woman. Let
Well,
me tell
look,
you.
it's not that. It's like in relationship, in codependent relationships, sometimes there's more triggers than rodeo. You've got to get.
Aha, that's a good one. But let me tell you something, Toli. The men love my Russian accent. I go to store, I say 2 words. I see the eyes looking
His
at
wife,
me.
she's
So you
crazy.
better watch
Listen,
it.
she goes on like Jabberwocky. She's like,
That's
she
the truth.
she can do this another day. That's why I had to start drinking. If you had my wife, you drink too.
Oh, Toli. Tonight when
That's
you come
what.
home,
That's why I drink so much. You
you
never
drink so much.
stop
You
to
was a
breathe.
You was a drunken
It's like
bum
with
when
you,
I
the
found
words
you
are
in the
going out
gutter.
of fashion. Let's just like take a breath.
Oh, Toli.
Go to
Toli, tonight you
Omega
better go to
Institute,
store.
realign chakra, something, anything.
Oh, now you see, you heard Marushka like that. Tonight, when you come home, you better go to store.
I'm
my
so
face
upset I
mask,
dropped
because
my
I'm going to
guitar
hit you
pick.
with a stick.
What?
That's the end. When I hang up, only you apologize and sing to me song on guitar
Thank you very
from
much.
old country.
We
I
found
don't
the
hear
guitar
no
to pick.
song,
Life
don't
is
come
worth
home.
living again.
We can play
All right, I'm
football and
going.
guitars.
That's right.
I'm going, Tolly. You have broke my heart enough.
That's
Goodbye.
okay. I'll go. I'll make sure I bring home a bag of potatoes with your name on it.
Okay, if not, bring me 2 pizza. I like pizza too, all right?
Anything with carbs for you, my dear.
Anything right. Bring me the garlic pizza with the pepperoni. 2 pizzas, 2 for me. What you eat, that's your business. All right, I go now. Goodbye.
Das vidanya.
Goodbye, Tolly.
I'll tell you, she's putting on so much weight, and when she sits around the house, she sits around the house.
Oy vey.
My God, this has been very. I got to emotionally recover from that. So you know what you really need when you have an experience like that? You need at least 5-10 minutes of totally banal conversation
Yes.
to morph yourself into a state of numbness by talking about things that are totally irrelevant.
Speaking of which, the sun came up this morning. It went down this evening, and the days are getting longer again.
Yeah, just keep going. Let me go into a Zen state, warrior.
Right. And breathe in, and in, and in,
My God, that was emotionally exhausting.
and out.
And I've got to see her later today. Man, I don't know if I can do it. Especially if the vegetable stores are closed. Well, maybe Stop and Shop have a couple of spots left. She's got this thing about complex carbohydrates. You may have noticed.
Right, I can understand that.
So Sarah, when you were a little girl, what was your favorite Pez dispenser? And don't say Stalin, because I know you're not telling truth.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse, okay. I sort of like had, what did I have? I think I had a Popeye. That was mine.
You had Popeye?
What kind of Pez dispenser did you have?
I had, I think I had a Popeye at some point. I had a Tweety Bird for sure.
You did?
Yeah, that was my
Donatello.
favorite.
What?
Donatello.
and
Porky Pig.
Porky Pig and Porcupine. It was really hard to get the.
It
Pez
was
out
just
of
like
that
the
one.
whole Porky dynamic.
Yeah, the
Sonic the
Porcupine.
Hedgehog.
And,
Well, I had, let's see, I was onto the Pez website, and they actually had Pez promotions where they put Pez in box of Cocoa Puffs, Captain Crunch cereal, and Lucky Charms. How much sugar are we giving to children in America? You've got sugar on top of sugar.
That's
It's a-
the way. That's what else would you put sugar on top of?
Well,
I like
I mean,
my
it's
sugar
too
with
much sugar.
with coffee.
Do you
and
use
cream.
sugar in your coffee?
I put coffee in my sugar. It's very syrupy and kind of sandy. It's like going to the beach and eating the sand.
That's right.
That's right. Write this down.
Let's see.
I put 3
Okay.
ounces of coffee and 12 ounces of sugar.
Do you think my wife's going to divorce me because she was seemed very
Yeah,
close to the
that
edge?
sounded like it. I
You
think
know what I'm
you're,
saying? She seemed very close to edge. It's not like she was in that middle zone where you could recover or maybe put on like Steely Dan record and get $10 bottle of wine and like get some romance going and the next day, okay, everything's sort of back to its codependent normalcy.
Right.
This is like really to edge where she's on the verge of calling lawyer to initiate divorce proceedings from me.
She was just on the telephone. That's there's that separation there. If she's in person, maybe she'll see Anatoly's
Yeah,
sweet face.
that's right.
and-
She'll.
She wants 2 pizzas instead of 1 for herself.
You know why? She wants to numb out with white flour. That's what it does. You get that white flour, you're looped. You're going to loopy land.
And the grease, soak it in the grease.
Oh, the grease,
Put a
the
lot of
white
sugar.
flour.
Yeah.
My God. All right, let's pick up the guitar. I need to play a song to
What are
get
you gonna
myself
play?
out of this ravaged emotional condition. You have got the blues in E.
The blues in E. Okay.
Which do you want to do, a jazzy or a folky or what type of blues?
A jazzy blues. We did a folky.
Okay, I'm
tune
going to.
before. Go ahead.
Go. Eat your heart out, Chet Atkins. My turn. Another caller. Wait, it is other caller to
Other
soon
caller.
to be famous Anatoly
Who
the
could
show.
it be?
Who is it on?
False alarm.
My God. Wait a second, let's have a sudden moment. I'm getting in touch with my internal chakra now.
No, 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 no.
Did we should do quick commercial for this very fine advertiser. This episode of the famous to be soon Anatoly the show is sponsored by We Buy Cars for Cash. And he means any make and model. Ladies and gentlemen, if this thing runs, he'll buy it. Give Mike a call at 845-558-6556 and he will hook you up. What he does is he makes sure that if you have any desire to sell your car, he will take it off your hands. You can also see him at the Sunoco station at 198 Route 9W in the beautiful city of Haverstraw. Tell him that you saw this ad on the soon-to-be-famous Anatoly D show. Okay, takes care of paying the rent for this joint.
Quite.
Moving on. So let me ask you a question. Do you have any sexual problems?
No.
No. Okay. Like, do you ever, like, when you're with a woman, do you have a time when you're wondering when to put the condom on, or does it sort of like happen organically?
Sometimes it never happens later than it has to.
Thanks for taking away. I was getting hungry. I was thinking they were going to have a clam bake.
A clam bake, right?
Clam bake.
Oh, yeah.
So
Speaking
funny,
of the
boss.
fish,
Just go over there. So yeah, so you were saying what?
right? The condom, it never goes on later than it has to.
Now, do you prep your condoms? Like, do you pre-open the package so there isn't that awkward moment?
No, I don't want it to dry out. I mean, I've been working on my technique.
So in other words, you practice
Open it with your teeth.
opening the package, so there's none
Right.
of that. There's none of that hesitation.
Yeah, just open the pack just to get the practice, and then put it back in the drawer for a few months, and pick it up and it's dry as a whistle, and it just breaks. And oh, sorry, honey.
That's great. That sounds like you're really helping your sex life.
Yeah,
What are
absolutely.
these ossified condoms? Like you're going to like Richard III grave. They didn't find any condoms in that grave. They exhumed him in London under a parking lot. Did you read about the story of Richard III?
No.
He was humpback king from 500 years ago. Pissed a lot of people off.
Oh, Richard
Clearly
III.
was not.
Wasn't Richard III? That's the one where he fights Mr. T, right?
No, it's not Mr. T.
Is
No.
the boxer
No, you're not thinking about
Rocky? Was it? No, okay.
That was
sorry.
Rocky. yes.
Rocky, not Richard.
No, it's Rocky. You're like Rocky. There was no Rocky. There was Rocky 3.
Right.
There wasn't Rocky the third.
But it was the third one. Anyway, continue.
That's right. So so you've got Richard III, who was like he was the man like was very angry. He pissed a lot of people off, and they found him in a grave last week in London. He was just like laying out there.
What was he doing?
He was being
was
dead.
He,
he was practicing. After 500 years, you get very good at being dead.
I see.
You don't have to work at it anymore. It's like after 500 years, you got this death thing going?
Right.
Absolutely. It's living. That's the tricky thing.
Right, and
live well.
that's the finite time. You only get so much time to figure it out.
Now, what are you studying now? Are you in school?
I'm no.
You're not. You left school.
I left school with a degree in
Television production.
television and world production. I've been working on my third world. Trying to improve it. Trying to.
How's it going?
It's
that
it's
third
pretty
world
slow.
is a little tricky.
They need cars. But anything with power windows is what.
Well, that's what to remember. We buy cars at Sanook. Wait.
The
This is a special
Haverstraw.
ed commercial. This is a special ed commercial. We buy cars for cash, any make and model. 845-558-6556. Now, they're very special to cars with power windows because they send it to Somalia. And evidently, even if the cars don't go, even if the car sticks there, but the power windows work, it's great. So we've got a friend who's, let me ask you, pull up a chair here. Come sit down. John, is going to sit down here.
I feel honored.
So come in, now bring it over here so people can see your handsome face and know that Anatoly D hangs out with a certain class of people. Unfortunately, that class of people are not here tonight, so I've got to do what I can. So let me ask you, you work as UPS driver, right?
Occasionally.
So what is it like dealing with packages the entire day?
It never ends. It never ends.
Never ends.
It never ends.
Do you ever take Pez dispenser on UPS truck?
Not knowingly.
Because like we were talking about, Pez is like you never see kids with Pez anymore. I'm thinking like, is it over? The other thing is, look, when Christmas, very big gift item is Chia Pet. Like my father, for example, he had very bad hygiene. So like he looked like a human Chia Pet. He had like hair shrubs coming out. He was shrubbery champion. It's like 8 years in a row he won like Mr. Southern Chechnya Chia Pet Award. But the question I have is, why is it that Chia Pet is not sold all year round?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Why is it like Christmas they come up with the Chia Pet?
Chechnya, no.
That's maybe a good crowd.
Right.
Chechnya.
Right.
That's very good.
They should
See,
sell it in
you're
Chechnya.
getting into this the rhythm of it.
Yeah, je ne sais quoi.
Or is that the pulpit for the guitar? Don't answer that. But the Chia Pet is not sold all year round.
No, and they only have certain famous Chia Pets. They have, I think, a Garfield.
They
Garfield.
have Garfield
the cat.
Chia. That's right.
They
He was
have
also honored with a Pez dispenser, I believe.
Okay, I think they have a Scooby-Doo or somebody from the Scooby-Doo franchise. That's it. Where are the other famous Chia?
Yeah, exactly. Like, how
Pets.
come they don't have a Larry from the Three Stooges Chia Pet? You should have Larry because he's got hair like that, and you've got the perfect example. Stephen Wright, great comedian. He'd be very good Chia Pet. Very round hair. He's very like that. And, maybe Jay Leno Chia Pet. Get like gray plant come out of hair like that. They could be very good Jay Leno.
Or Woody Allen.
Oh, but very, very soon, like in a second.
Oh, right.
Could you have big nose coming out? How could you get nose from like that? He's got hook. He's got hook nose like many relatives of mine, like you say.
The Chuck Norris Chia Pet. I like that idea. And if you don't water it, it kicks your ass.
It grows to monumental proportions. One day you come home and says, "You're mine, sucker. You're going to be eating linoleum by the time night's over." My God. So, like, what other type? So, like, you can do, like, maybe a Barack Obama chia pet.
It's the T.
Mr. T is like, he's not on television no more. He's not, he's like, where is Mr. T? What is he, like, doing infomercials for like, bail bonding companies? Like, he's on Twitter. Oh, great. Oh, boy. Wow. It's like Larry King. He's got internet show from home. It's not exactly like living in the fast lane.
How about a talking chia pet?
Now that's a good idea. You got talking chip, like a talking. That's it.
You push the button. I pity the fool that doesn't want me today. See, now
Yeah,
Mr.
that's
T
good.
could have
Yeah,
this,
that's good idea. See, very good commercial at first million. Talking chia pet. First, that's great.
Patent the idea now.
That's great idea. You fool! You don't order me, I'll kick your ass. I'm gonna have you, motherfucker.
Wow. I didn't know you had it in you, Anatoly.
I've got many characters in me.
Quite.
Nah, many people think it's very easy being Anatoly, but that's only if you're not insane. So you've got to remember
Let's
that.
see. Right now.
So like yeah, and maybe let's say you could have Kardashians pets dispenser from Keeping Up with Kardashians, like they each like. Okay, well they're beginning to fade away. Jersey Licious would have been the good chia pet thing. For each Jersey Licious person, another plant. Because these people are very close to being plant heads to begin with. Very close to being vegetable, if you know what I'm saying.
Did they have any catchphrases though? I don't know if the
No, does Jersey Licious have catchphrase that like they? No, it's like they just showed up in wife beater T-shirts and perspired profusely.
They had nicknames. The situation.
It was hard for me to get that last
Oh,
word
oh.
out. Profusely.
Yeah.
I'm taking embouchure lessons to be able to disengage mouth from brain, which helps me do this show as
Like a
much as
snake.
possible. So what is the debate? What is he? Come in? Is that for me? Uh-oh. You
like
never
this-
know what happens. People knock on the studio door. They play loud electric guitars. Oh my God, Roger's here.
Uh-oh.
Roger
look
and
at-
Anna. Oh my God, after a very difficult medical procedure, they show up. So now we're talking about the Mr. T chia pet. This is a little different format.
The talking Mr. T.
They're talking Mr. T chia pet.
Mr. T. Chia.
And the whole thing I don't understand is like, what can we do with making a link up between Pez dispensers and chia pets so we can maybe get a 2-for-1 deal?
A Pez dispenser that talks and dispenses, a chia pet that dispenses Pez and talks.
That's right. See, this is good. This is a very good improv thing.
Marketing.
You'll
It's a
go with
marketing.
everything. That's good.
He says, how much?
Because I was telling him that I went to Pez website and they're putting Pez dispenser in with Cocoa Puffs, Lucky Charms, and what's it? The Lucky Charms, Cocoa Puffs,
Charms,
and what's the other one?
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loop.
How much sugar do you have in one box? You need to have Pez dispenser and Fruit Loops. That's why kids are insane. They're out of mind because they're turbocharging sugar through neurons, going from here, making a left, a synaptic cleft, going around and ending up in neuroreceptors down body.
How much Pez did you have before the show today?
I mainlined. I got my own Lady Gaga Pez dispenser. You open it up, she sings "I Was Born This Way." It is great. It's got a little black bikini on.
Very nice. So if you have the cereal, the Pez dispenser in the cereal, is it Pez that tastes like Cocoa Puffs, or is it Cocoa Puffs that tastes like Pez?
That's right. We have to be able to link the two together. So the cereal tastes like Pez, the Pez tastes like cereal. So what's that?
Yes.
Was that the question that they asked me?
No, the question.
What is this special ed? This is special ed show interruption.
Sorry, boss.
Give me like he did special as that. Let's show them just for a second. Just do special ed. I'll just play it. See. Look at him. Amazing. You wouldn't know it, but he's been studying dance for 10 years. Look at that feet action!
He gave up.
Oh my God. He's on his way to do commercial for Dr. Scholl's. Don't be thinking I'm gelling, he's gelling. But I think it has more to do with some type of synaptic fluid and imbalance in brain. But he's going to be back next week to do special ed dance. Oh my God, that's what I call a close-up. So my wife called before. I'm emotionally distraught, and it's great that I have guys that are being able to put my brain back together after a very contentious conversation with wife about the amount of potatoes that I didn't bring over because I got copies of Jug magazine. It wasn't easy to find copies of Jug magazine. Like, my God, you know, you've got to go to like loser candy store and go back of wooden display, and the jugs, it'll go like 10 years old before they came up with internet porn. Not that any of you ever use internet porn. I'm not making that suggestion, with the exception of Roger here.
I love porn.
Who basically, do you want to talk about
Especially
porn?
the internet.
Do you want to talk about what it's like going on to porn? And like sometimes you have a relationship with porn figures on internet. Very bad, because they take hostage of brain and influence dopamine production of brain. So you become addicted to this internet changing of millions of women who are being photo touched. What is the word? Photoshopped. Photoshopped. Photoshop from internet porn, and you go see your girlfriend and she's got pimple on ass. And what can you do? Like, she say, hey honey, I don't remember stretch lines from porn site, and all of a sudden you can't relate to body the same way because you're so used to seeing millions of images of these photoshopped bitches that you never even see in real life. It's scary to think about it, but it invades the brain. Like, look at this man here. He's had way too much internet porn for one lifetime. And it's left him like this. He's got claw, which is not claw. He's got
But I can
claw.
still mouse click like the last time.
That's right. He can still. So I'm far better off with old copies of Jug magazine, even though most of them by now are printed on parchment. They go back to Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin was big fan of Jug's magazine. He was doing a lot more than going out in the brainstorm with a kite and a key to try to discover electricity. He was subscriber to Jugs in the colonial period of America. Do you think they had porn there? They did. Hello, Ben? No, not now. Call back later. Boy, there's no respect for the sacredness and journalistic integrity of this show. But you really can't blame anybody, can you? So when was the last time that you were on internet porn site?
My smartphone, thankfully, gets internet porn. I think if smartphones existed back in Ben Franklin's day, we wouldn't have electricity. So
I've got news for you. If smartphone existed then, we probably wouldn't have a country. You would have been inside in the back of hut the entire day. He would develop the the printing press, he wouldn't have developed that obscure invention called glass harmonica. Not that anyone knows what to do with it. Did you ever see a blues guy, and now coming to this stage, Muddy Waters playing glass harmonica? It never happened. Never happened. Because, like, what is he going to do? Tie-in for Pyrex, playing bribes for playing glass harmonica on stage? Right, Jesse? They don't, right? It's not good. This is a good show. I'm losing inhibitions of being
Along with your mind.
along with mind. That's right. You know, if you have mind, you can't do this show. You have to have no brain. So this is no brain environment. It's enough with special ed. So during the days on UPS, listen, we don't mean to bother you. If you want to keep talking, that's okay. Let us know. We'll stop talking when you're. So when you're on UPS truck, you ever look at porn during the day?
Oh, all the time.
You do.
I mean, I'm sorry.
You know, your manager is watching this show. He's going to be calling you into crew room tomorrow morning for a special one-on-one.
You mean my former manager now? No, that's who do you think I get all my porn from?
Oh, you get it from manager. So the whole UPS is jerking off. The entire UPS is one big jerk off.
I can't speak for anybody else in the package delivery world, but
I mean, after a while, doesn't package lose their luster? Another day, Monday package, Tuesday package, Wednesday porn.
you know, I'm always hopeful that my daily adventure is going to turn into a Real Housewives of Rockland County or something like that. But so far, no dice.
That's why I'm getting late deliveries on my David and Jonathan Fruit of the Month Club. That's a fruit, not guy. So anyone out there with other thinking is wrong. Is from fruit. From you 1 month get persimmons, you get mangoes. And they don't get often because this guy is in with iPhone and truck. I mean, truck is going back and forth, but only he's inside. So, I don't know what you do like the entire day. It's like, don't you have a quota system on delivery to be able to do like FedEx? They're always running from truck to be able to get to.
You have to learn to multitask.
You're like inside. Truck is shaking and you're alone. I don't. My God, what kind of Pez dispenser did you have with child, Roger?
I had an unusual Pez dispenser. It was a black rabbit.
A black rabbit?
Yeah, the black bunny. Didn't we have one? We had a black bunny Pez dispenser. Very unusual.
What kind of black bunny? Is it some sound? This is like satanic, like exorcist type thing.
No, I don't want to. No. Okay,
There we go.
He was satanic.
It's like anybody knows who that company is. It's like, oh my God, he works for them. Oh, Jesus Christ, there he is.
Not UPS.
I am not buying from him tomorrow. He was on Anatoly D's show.
I'm about to deliver a package. Turn that back around.
Explain the origin of the black rabbit.
So anyway, so it's okay. Camera's off you. Is back on us. Tell us about Black Rabbit. Is that Jefferson Airplane
She
tune?
can tell you about it.
No, that was White
Who
Rabbit.
gave us that black Pez dispenser? I don't remember. It is true. We did have it. Who gave it to us? I don't remember.
Somebody gave it to us. They thought it was funny.
Anatoly, I thought there was a sex toy named the Black Rabbit. Are you
Oh
sure he
my
didn't have
God.
the
Tell
wrong
me
thing?
more about that.
That's right. Do you ever use what's called, I think in America, the Bama balls, where you get the Bama balls and you insert from like other position, and you be able to take out one at a time. It brings to ecstasy, great orgasm of moment. No. I don't. They tell me, and the Bama is called. Do you know anything about
the Burma ball?
the Bama balls?
Like Burma? Like
Not Burma,
Myanmar?
no.
Benoit.
No.
Benoit?
The Obama ball?
Yes, you-
Benoit?
Benoit. That's Benoit balls.
Benoit balls.
Do you work to female friend to be able to use?
Well, I'm a progressive guy. I mean, it doesn't have to always be used on female.
You use on self. You put on self. That way, when it's slow night in Dateline, you're still smiling. Is that? He smiles. He doesn't need. He's happy anyway. So let's go. Maybe we can get Benoit Ball to be a sponsor of Anatoly D show. We'll have sample here and demonstration.
Wow.
We'll have Mr. T as the
Okay.
spokesperson.
What? Mr. T, a spokesperson. Hello, dear. I think I'll bring back potatoes later.
We
But-
know what you did with the potatoes. You made some vodka. out
No,
of those.
condoms have gotten much better from years ago. You've got the like reservoir tank and spirals, and it's made out of very thin latex. You'll be able to go under the water with condom, 5,000 feet.
Wow.
And when it comes up, it doesn't need to get bends. It is completely water, so you can have sex with girlfriend 5,000 leagues under the sea. So sharks don't care. They say, well, look, they're having safe sex, so what does fish care? What do they care? No, they swim by. They feel like we've got latex heavy-duty condoms with reservoir on top, which I don't get because it's dry. But it says reservoir on yeah.
So it starts out dry.
It does. It's got the reservoir on things to be able to hold in case you have oil pent up. And you're going to, like, my God, I haven't had sex or even used porn in a year. So it's all ready for you. You don't have to worry about it leaking or anything.
And it could be ribbed for her pleasure.
Rib for her pleasure, that's right. It's very good.
I heard.
Gets into
I,
this.
I read.
You read?
There
Not
was
that you've ever
It was
used.
an ad in Jugs.
Yeah. Is that the ship going out to sea?
It's on the reservoir.
Yeah.
He's lost.
It's on the way. Oh my God, my wife's on that boat. Good. Don't have to see anymore. It's good. Anyway, friends, listen, it's been a great, excruciating hour going through this one more time. After finishing show, I'm going to go out and throw my body against concrete wall. But what we're going to do is play out something like what we were playing before. And remember, what is it? It's D.
Yeah.
So till next week, we're going to be saying goodbye under this very insipid folk music, which sounds like a special ed version of Crosby, Stills and Nash. But thank you so much for coming. Das Vidal.
Bravo!
It's not just radio, it's Rockland World Radio. RocklandWorldRadio.com.